month of Kislev, and the month of Kislev is the month of miracles. Now, if all of us, if we think about thanking God for everything all the time, then God will actually give us miracles. It does say, though, an interesting thing. Chaim Felegi says that if you don't complain the whole month of Kislev all the way till after Hanukkah, guess what? You'll have more miracles happening to you. Which is interesting because it's very easy for us women to complain, right? So if we keep ourselves from complaining the whole week, the whole month,
and say thank you for everything,
right? And say thank you for everything. What's going to happen? We will have miracles.
Miracles, yeah.
Okay, so it says now in the Torah, it says that sometimes a tzaddik has bad and a rasha has good. How is that possible? Like what's really going on? So we really have to understand this on a much deeper level. That we go back to the idea of Moses. Moses, when it says that he didn't see the face of God, but what did he see of God? He saw his acher, his back. What does it mean? In Hebrew, the name panim, which is face, is also from the word pnim, which means the inside. And the word acher, which means the back, is also the word achris, which means the end. So what did Moses really see? He saw what the end is going to be. Because for us, it's very easy to look at something and see what? We see the bad in it. But if we look at the good in it and we think about what's going to be the end out of this whole problem, then at the end, obviously, something as good is going to come out. Because the end is a real reality. What was the beginning? The beginning of the world. Who was first?
The beginning of
the world. Who was first?
Light and the dark, no?
Person. Which person was first?
I didn't say what
Adam was first. And what did it say? It says that God told him, don't eat from the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Actually, it wasn't an apple, but we'll talk about that another time. So, the good and the bad got all mixed up. But if he would have not eaten from that tree and waited another 3 hours and eaten from the tree of life, what would happen? He would live forever. Mashiach would be here. Exactly.
And Shabbat come.
Right?
Yeah?
And Shabbat will come and there will be a Shabbat forever. It will be a Shabbat that we can actually see everything. But no, he ate from the tree of good and evil. Of course, God knew that that was going to happen. So, we understand that the Eitz Hadas, that the tree of knowledge of good and evil, is a tree that we can't see the good. We see mixed up. Good, bad, everything is mixed. Because if we see in our lives, what do we see? When we look at something, to us it might look bad. But really, it's a hidden good. It's very hard for us to be able to see that. On our part, what does it look like? It's as if something is covered. An example would be the sun. If the sun was shining so bright and you couldn't see the sun, your eyes would hurt. The same thing with God. God has to shield himself from us. Why? Because if we would look at God and see all this beauty and this good, what would happen to us? Wouldn't be able to, we'd get blind. We wouldn't be able to accept it. It'd be too difficult for us. So the Rambam, which is Maimonides, what does he say? He has a book called More Nevuchim. More Nevuchim means, what does it mean? It means to be depressed. So what is More Nevuchim? What is he trying to say? He's trying to say that the tzaddik v'ralo means the tzaddik that has bad. He needs to get out of his depression. Because when he gets out of his depression, what is going to happen? What is he going to see? He's going to see all the miracles. He's going to be able to see the miracles. It says that Anochi Hashem Elokecha, I am your God, that I took you out of Egypt. Why does he say took you out of Egypt? Why doesn't he say that I created you? Why does God say, I am God, you have to believe in me, because I took you out of Egypt? What's the idea of Egypt? Egypt is the idea of restraint. Restrained.
Freedom.
Freedom, right, restrained. Mitzrayim means Meitzer, it means constrained.
What is it?
Constrained. Like tight, you can't move. You're completely tight. What is that? That's like a person that's depressed. He can't move. He's like, that's it, I'm done. So God is saying, I am the God that takes you out of depression. The minute you get out of depression, what do you get?
You don't have any choice.
You're right away happy. You're right away happy when you get out of the depression. So what is the Rambam saying here? He says that not only that, he takes them out of depression, and he takes them out of being a slave. Because who are you supposed to be a slave for? Only for God. You're not allowed to be a slave for anyone else. It says, though, Ach tov v'chesed yidufuni, in Tehillim. You know what Tehillim is? Psalms, right? It says, Ach tov v'chesed yidufuni. We have to run after good, after good and righteousness. So what's good? Good is a hidden good. And chesed is open kindness. Chesed means kindness. So it's open kindness. So here we have the good, but we have a hidden good that's within us. So we have to run after something. What do we have to run after? The etzem haneshama, the essence of the soul. In the essence of the soul, when does it come out? If you know the example of a child that's under a car, and all of a sudden, a mother gets a special strength to lift up the car. How is that possible? Because the essence of who we are comes out all of a sudden.
In extreme situations.
Right, in extreme situations. And also, when else would it come out? When a person's in danger, right, we said? And also, when does it come out? When the opposite happens. When we're happy, we use this power. Some power comes to us when we're very happy. We have a special power, the power of miracles. It's like if we make ourselves happy, what happens? Something inside comes out. The essence of our soul comes out all of a sudden. And all of a sudden we see miracles. And new things happened. What were you saying before about miracles? The miracles were happening to you all the time. Right? Why? Because when you believe in God, that everything's going to happen is good, and when you are happy, what comes out? The miracle comes out of the person. All of a sudden, we get these miracles. So we're coming to this idea of the month of miracles. So this is a special month that all these happy things happen in this month. This month of Kislev is a time for happiness. This is the darkest night, a darkest difficult for us. But at the same time, why? Because look at the outside now. What time do we start Shabbos this week? 4:30. 4:33, right?
4:30.
Very early. Why? Because it's the shortest Shabbos. It's the shortest night, the shortest days. So that means the nights are so long. At the same time that we see the longest nights, we see the happiest month. Because from that darkness, what's going to come out?
Light.
Light comes out of that darkness. An amazing light comes out of that darkness. And the name Kislev actually means trust and hope. So we have trust and hope in this month, this specific month. Do you remember the miracle of Hanukkah? In the miracle of Hanukkah, what did they do? They searched for the oil. What was the biggest miracle? Not that they searched for the oil. Not that they found the oil. But the fact that they searched for the oil. Because that showed that they had hope. When a person has hope, and they actually look for something, the miracle will show up. So the first thing that was important was actually searching. So you can't expect a miracle to just show up. You need to do something about it. You need to show that you're happy. You need to be in a good mood. And you need to say, I didn't give up. I will continue to move forward. And as more we move forward, the more miracles we see. It's interesting that sometimes you're just looking and saying, oh, wow, somehow everything will be fine. Somehow I know it's going to be okay. You don't always know it's going to be okay, but you feel it. And you say, and when you feel that it's going to be okay, all of a sudden something shows up to show you that it's okay. A good thing shows up, and another good thing shows up. And then another thing shows up, and you're like, 1 minute. How did I get to here? You had no idea how you're going to get anywhere, and all of a sudden, boom. Somebody comes and tells you, this is what you're supposed to do. You had no idea what to do. But because you had hope, and you knew that you would find something, and you knew that you'd be able to get somewhere, so something comes to you and tells you how to get it. So it happens all the time. Okay, so it says in the Sefer Yetzirah that the sense of this month is sleep. Why is it sleep?
Because the nights are long.
Because what?
Because when a child sleeps, they don't have
time
to
flies faster. Time flies best.
time flies faster, but you don't have to worry. When a person doesn't worry,
When
they
they
fall
wake
asleep.
up, yeah,
Right?
yeah.
So an adult is always worried
When
about
you
something
sleep,
else.
you're not worried.
So this
Because
month,
the night
Yeah, she's
Да, ну как
yeah,
это?
so this
Ничего
month
не думаешь,
is a
что
month of
просыпаешься.
sleep. In other words, we are able to sleep without worry, which is a beautiful thing.
Надо,
Very interesting.
So also, we think about it. There's two different ideas. If we see, there's the idea of sweet, and there's the idea of bitter. Okay, so if you eat something sweet, you automatically eat a cookie or a candy, whatever it is, it feels good, right? But when you have something bitter and you put it together with other foods, it becomes really tasty.
Like horseradish.
Right, like horseradish, right? But if you eat it by itself, it doesn't do anything. So the idea is that we have to look at things and say, okay, so this looks bitter to me. But if I put it together with something else, with happiness, bitterness is going to disappear. So,
different, but anyway, good if you.
okay. So this month, we have a lot of different miracles happening. We have the story of the Alter Rebbe, which means the first Lubavitcher Rebbe was released from prison. We have the story of the Mittler Rebbe that was also the second Lubavitcher Rebbe that was released from prison. And we also have a very interesting story about the Mittler Rebbe's daughter. Her name was Menucha Rachel, and actually we were in the synagogue of Menucha Rachel in Hebron. She lived in Hebron. She was sent by the second Lubavitcher Rebbe with her family to Hebron on an aliyah. In other words, he sent a whole bunch of people to Israel at that time in the mid 1800s, and she was a very, very great woman. She gave like classes to people, and if there were men there, she would put in like a mechitza, and they would sit behind the mechitza and they listen to her classes.
Wow.
Yeah, she was a very, very, very knowledgeable woman. And also, it says that one time it was raining, and they were worried that she should walk in the rain. And it says she came to the shul and she wasn't wet at all. It's as if she like walked through the raindrops, which means that she was a very, very special person.